Well, hey everyone. On today's episode, I want to tell you about the 7 Chex Mix recipes that we tried and the ones we loved most. We also want to tell you about what we're most thankful for this Thanksgiving 2022. Welcome to the family. Well, when it comes to fall, what's not to love? Everyone's wearing hooded sweatshirts, the leaves are turning colors, there's football every Friday night. It's so nostalgic. But one of the most nostalgic things of the fall, I believe, is Chex Mix. It's a holiday staple and it smells great coming out of the oven. When October hit, I thought, what if our family made as many Chex Mix recipes as we possibly could before Thanksgiving in pursuit of the perfect one? So we got to work. Maverick was a big help getting the ingredients. Here's our list of 7 great mixes paired with 7 things our family is thankful for this Thanksgiving. Chex Mix number 1, Tequila Lime Chex. We started with Tequila Lime Chex. At first, we were still getting the hang of it.
Perfect.
But we quickly found our groove. Yes, there's real tequila baked into the batch.
Ready to party!
As well as lime juice and lime zest sprinkled on at the end. Instead of calling for butter, the recipe uses coconut oil. It's not as crispy because of that, but it's still pretty tasty. We brought this to the Ohio State game with our friends. And this Thanksgiving, we are thankful for friends. This fall, Abby and Ian hosted a few farmers markets outside their shop, the Oak Cupboard, and we couldn't be more proud of all they've done. They had terrific cinnamon rolls. And apparently it was the first time Mav had seen a windmill. I guess it's the little things for him. Chex Mix number 2, Apple Crisp Chex Mix. This is the first of our 2 dessert Chex Mixes that we tried. I made this one after Mav and Amanda went to bed. I had a hard time folding in the butter, but I eventually got it. Here's me trying to scrape off the beater onto the pan. Can you tell that I don't really bake all that often? I'm such a rookie. I figured out how to flatten it out in a somewhat unconventional way, and it was finally ready for the oven.
I was glad that Amanda's not here to see the kitchen. It's messy.
The crumble came out looking great. I mixed it with the Chex and the apple chips that took me 4 grocery stores to find. Well worth it, and it tasted like your great-grandma's apple crumble. We gave this batch to our church's pastors and staff. We are so thankful for our new church community at Grace Church in Norton. This fall, they actually had a fall fun fest, and Mav loved it. He put stickers on a pumpkin, and he loved the obstacle course. Chex Mix number 3, Honey Sriracha Chex. By this point, Mav was starting to get the hang of this. Me, on the other hand,
I don't know what I'm gonna choke on it.
Oh, he's gonna choke on it?
Amanda really is the brains of this operation.
Pro tip. Put some oil in your tablespoon before you do honey. Do honey.
It had 2 tablespoons of sriracha, and it had this amazing sweet and spicy kick.
Ooh, that's gonna be good.
Can you tell I liked it?
Oh, it's so good.
Wow.
And speaking of a sweet and spicy kick, we totally get a kick out of Mav. This Thanksgiving, we are thankful for our cake pop. He's growing so fast. Some days he's super active. He can already climb over his pickler triangle.
Uh-oh.
Other days he's content to sit in the sunbeam with us, or watch a TV special like The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. We've enjoyed trips to Ramsires where they've got goats that pop out at the wall at you, as well as a hayride through wildflowers and pumpkin patches. But most special, probably were the family walks under the leaves. We love seeing the world through his eyes. Everything is new. And in a way, it's new for us too. We are loving the simple moments together. There you go, buddy. Well, we have 4 more Chex Mix recipes to tell you about. But before we do me a favor and click subscribe. If you like this video, make sure you like it and hit the little bell so that you always have notifications when we drop another video. All right, number 4, Bacon Honey Barbecue Chex Mix. If you like bacon, and who doesn't like bacon, then this one's a great one. You need to store the bacon in the fridge after you've baked it and just add it when you want to consume it each time. And it's one extra step, but the work is worth it.
You're my favorite sous chef.
And speaking of work, this Thanksgiving we are thankful for our jobs. Not only because they help pay the bills, but because they're also life-giving in that good hard work sort of way. I work at a startup called MoveBees. We do sales for moving companies all over the country. It's been an incredible opportunity to get in on the ground floor of something so exciting, especially since the owner is one of my best friends, Tim Krupp. Amanda is crushing it at her job as curriculum director for the local school system in our area. She loves students, she loves teachers, and I'm so proud of who she is. We enjoy bringing Mav to the homecoming game at the high school and letting him take it all in. It's an amazing community, and there's hardly anything better than high school football. Pure Americana.
The Amanda Mix.
This recipe is super simple. All you gotta do is ask the person you love what they love in their Chex Mix and throw it in a bowl and bake it. And then you name it after them. The Amanda Mix is just wheat Chex, and I threw in some wheat thins just to give it some contrast. Now, you won't find the recipe in the video description, but I do have something to offer you that you might be interested in. I made a Chex Checkmas. I made up a Chex Checkmas. Chex Checkmas. I made a Chex checklist. I made a Chex checklist to make a custom-made Chex Mix for the people that you love. It has every ingredient you would want and some suggested sauces. You can find the link to download below. Last Friday, we went to Cleveland to the House of Blues to see one of Amanda's favorite bands, State Champs. We brought the Amanda Mix to munch on in the car ride there and back. This Thanksgiving, we're thankful for each other. You know, we've weathered a lot of ups and downs, and I'm so grateful we held on to each other. This fall has been a season filled with lessons. We've learned a lot, and we've enjoyed some levity along the way too. It's good to have fun with your best friend. CHOCONANA Peanut Butter Chex. This one doesn't require any baking, so it's super easy. It incorporates one of my favorite snacks, banana chips, and of course, drizzled chocolate.
See that? It's chocolate.
We brought this mix to my mother-in-law's and shared with the whole family. This Thanksgiving, we're thankful for our extended family. Since moving, we've really enjoyed being near Amanda's family. We've sensed that, especially in this season, their presence is so important. We've also enjoyed visits from my brother John, from Jenny and Greta, and from my mom. Seeing her enjoy our son is so special. Rosemary and Thyme Cocktail Chex Mix. This mix is buttery and the herbs are delicious. We FaceTimed with my mom when we did this one so that she could be a part of it. I nicknamed this mix the Chip and Joanna Mix because it feels fancy. Mav's free spirit really showed when we made this, and my mom was in stitches. That laughter was special and profound given what she's experienced in the last couple of years. My dad, her husband, passed away a year and a half ago after a long battle with dementia. And actually, their anniversary is this week, so we're feeling it a lot these days. And when he passed, it was really easy for me to look back and wonder where God was in all of it. And really, grief has really brought up a lot of those questions. But I'm starting to believe again that God's goodness and love followed my dad all the days of his life. And if that's true, then his goodness and love will follow us all the days of ours. When I fixate on the past or worry about loss in the future, I'm learning to look for his goodness in the present moment. Because if you look, you just might glimpse it. This fall, we're thankful for healing. We're thankful for goodness and love. So which Chex Mix is the best? Well, the results are in. It was a tie, drumroll, between Honey Sriracha and Rosemary and Thyme. We give both a 5-star rating. Well, if you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It means so much. I won't keep you long, but I would love to know what you're most thankful for this Thanksgiving. Let me know in the comments. Next month, we post our season finale, the FRAMILY Christmas Special, where we're gonna share some highlights from December as well as some surprises. Make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you get notifications when that video drops. Have a happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Enjoy quality time with your people, and we'll see you next time on The FRAMILY.